Welcome friends, welcome to Bankers Plus Academy. In today's video, we are going to discuss the one-time restructuring scheme for MSMEs, originally introduced by RBI in 2019 and now revised in 2020. Micro, small and medium enterprises or MSMEs form an important component of Indian economy and contribute significantly to the country's GDP, exports, industrial output, employment generation, etc. Considering the importance of MSMEs, RBI had in 2019 introduced a scheme for one-time restructuring of advances to MSMEs. As per the scheme, advances to MSMEs showing stress or sickness was permitted to be restructured subject to conditions. The restructuring scheme, which was announced on January 1st, 2019, had to be implemented by March 2020. Now, the RBI, via their circular dated 11th February 2020, has decided to extend the validity of the scheme up to 31st December 2020. Accordingly, the scheme is now to be implemented latest by 31st December 2020. This will benefit the eligible entities which could not be restructured as per the 2019 circular and also entities which have become stressed thereafter. Now let's see what are the salient features of this restructuring scheme, how it benefits the MSME borrowers and also the banks. The important feature of this scheme is that advances to MSMEs could be restructured without an asset classification downgrade, even though they are in default. This means that an MSME account which is stressed or coming under special mention category can be restructured without any asset classification downgrade. Special mention category or SMA category means accounts which are overdue for a period up to 90 days. They are just overdue and they have not yet become NPAs. So, restructuring of such accounts will not render those accounts as non-performing asset or NPA, and that's the most important feature of this restructuring scheme. Now, what are the eligibility conditions for the revised scheme? The first condition is that the account was in default but was a standard asset as on January 1st, 2020 and continued to be a standard asset as on the date of restructuring. In other words, the MSME account should be standard as on 1st January 2020 and the restructuring should be implemented before the account becomes non-performing asset. Secondly, the aggregate exposure including fund-based and non-fund-based facilities to banks and NBFCs by the borrower should not exceed Rs 25 crores as on January 1st, 2020. That means the total fund-based and non-fund-based exposure of the party to the banking system including NBFCs should not be more than Rs 25 crores. Another important feature is that the borrower entity should be GST registered as on the date of implementation of the restructuring. However, this condition will not apply to MSMEs that are exempt from GST registration. This shall be determined on the basis of exemption limit as on January 1st, 2020. Also, the accounts which have been already restructured in terms of the 2019 circular will not be eligible for restructuring. And most importantly, a provision of 5% in addition to the provisions already held has to be made for accounts restructured under this scheme. Presently, SME accounts coming under standard category or performing assets category are to be provided at the rate of 0.25%. Now, such accounts after restructuring will carry an additional provision of 5%. So, these are the main features of the MSME restructuring scheme introduced by Reserve Bank of India in 2019 originally and now revised in 2020. Friends, if you found this video useful, please like, share and also subscribe to our channel Bankers Plus Academy. Thank you.